SEO was founded in 1963 as a mentoring program to help underserved, low-income students gain admission to college. Today, such students are still at a disadvantage when it comes to higher education. Nationally, only 21% of low-income students who enter college with similar academic profiles as SEO scholars graduate in 8 years. In 2006, we transformed the SEO Scholars Program into a rigorous academic program. Now, not only are all of our low-income scholars accepted to 4-year colleges, but 95% graduate within 6 years and 80% in 4. Demand for SEO scholars is so strong that we have to turn away 5 out of every 6 students who apply. We hope to double the number of 9th grade students we can accept in New York City annually. But to achieve this, we need your financial support. The most important thing we leverage at SEO Scholars is a student's own desire and motivation. Our students are already motivated to attend and graduate high school. Unfortunately, in most urban areas, including New York City and San Francisco, only 1 in 5 high school graduates are academically prepared for college. We leverage our students' motivation by challenging them with rigorous academic classes so that they are actually prepared to do the work at a top college. Our 8-year model is unique because of its academic rigor and unwavering support of students from the beginning of high school through their college graduation. We provide real proof that a young person's socioeconomic background does not determine his or her educational ability. For a modest investment, SEO Scholars helps low-income students perform at a level that qualifies them for entry to 4-year colleges, including some of the country's best schools, and ensures that they will graduate. In 2013, 90% of our low-income scholars were accepted to schools in the top 3 tiers of competitiveness, as rated by Barron's. Closing the academic achievement gap for low-income students who attend school regularly but are grossly undereducated is the single most important measure of effectiveness here at SEO Scholars. Low-income students attending under-resourced public schools are significantly behind their more affluent peers in academic preparation for college. We address this through all-day academic classes on Saturdays and during summers. We've shown that with more time on task, with effective teachers and a strong curriculum, we can close the achievement gap for low-income students. SEO is a data-driven organization with a focus on student performance. Our ultimate metric is that 95% of SEO students graduate from college, versus 21% of their public school peers with similar academic profiles. Our students have also eliminated the academic achievement gap, as measured by SAT scores. Our data collection begins with tracking student gains through regular assessments in each of their Saturday and summer academy courses. We also track attendance, homework completion, GPAs, and PSAT and SAT scores. In 12th grade, we track college admissions, scholarships secured, and college matriculation. Once in college, we track GPAs, retention rates, internship placements, and college graduation rates. Some might assume that we prepare public high school students for admission to college, when actually we prepare students for college success, which for us, it's graduation with a competitive GPA. 95% of our students reach that goal. Our highly trained staff of college counselors, led by a licensed master social worker, work one-on-one with our first-generation college students year-round. and through a series of educational events. We offer college readiness workshops, psychosocial support, academic advising, financial aid guidance, career exploration, networking events, and internship placement. This comprehensive and intensive support produces extraordinary on-time college graduation rates. U.S. Department of Education research shows that A grades in low-income schools equals C grades in more affluent schools. SEL Scholars closes this achievement gap for low-income public high school students. Although our SEL Scholars are predominantly from families whose incomes hover around the poverty line, they earn SAT scores higher than those students from families with an average annual income of $140,000. Our Black and Hispanic scholars perform as well as, or better than, their more affluent white counterparts on the SAT, closing the racial achievement gap that has befuddled policymakers and plagued American public education for decades. Finally, we produce extraordinary college graduation rates. 95% of our scholars graduate within 6 years, and 80% graduate in 4. That's compared to 21% of low-income students nationally who enter college with similar academic profiles but graduate from college in 8 years. As an organization, one of our biggest challenges was getting students through college. Historically, we had a great track record of getting students into top colleges. However, they weren't doing as well as we expected or graduating in the numbers we hoped. This led to the implementation of our 8-year program with a heavy academic focus throughout high school. Another challenge we face is in meeting the ever-increasing demand for our program. Additional funding would allow us to serve more deserving low-income students in New York City and San Francisco. With additional resources, it's very simple what we do. SEL Scholars will expand and get more low-income students to and through college. We want to double the number of students we accept in New York City and San Francisco. Our goal is to maintain the excellence of our program as we grow, expanding our staff, our infrastructure, and program space to meet our students' needs. While we can always improve, our main gap is the resources needed to serve more students. From its inception, SEL Scholars was designed to be replicated. We now comprehensively cover all bases for low-income students who dream of graduating from college. We offer supplemental education that low-income students need to get accepted to top colleges, including more than 720 hours of instruction in English and mathematics. Then we provide the support they need once in college to excel academically, graduate on time, and go on to successful careers.